Again, people smash the like button, subscribe, smash up the button. Hit the button so hard that you can't stop no more. Junior, the man himself, Sir Garfield Sobers, passed away, a legendary cricketer. Some would say he's regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, all-rounder of all times. And all-rounder for the non-football, non-cricket fans, he's very good in batting, very good in bowling. Also very good in other aspects, very good in the field. Junior, I I'm not. We're not old enough to watch Sir Garfield Sobers play, but the team that we supported growing up stood on the shoulders of Sir Garfield Sobers. What did you hear about Sir Garfield Sobers coming up from your dad and other elders who played cricket and who had a chance to watch him?
No, I mean, for me, I played cricket, and I would even say cricket was my primary sport growing up in Jamaica. And Garfield Sobers is a name that's synonymous with anybody that plays cricket. But I couldn't talk about no. I would hope it still is no, but then it would be our generation passing on a hearsay to the next generation, which is probably now passing on that hearsay to the next generation that should be in schools right now, right? So, but for me though, I was fortunate enough to not, if not hearsay, I got it from the horse's mouth. I got it from the people that saw him, that I've had the opportunity to see him live. I got the information from people who listened to him on radio. Cause what if you think about even at that time too, not everybody was privileged to watch all the West Indies games on TV. You're still listening to it on radio. You have to visualize in your mind's eye what he is doing on the field, right? So it's a different data set, it's a different perspective. But all in all, Garfield Sobers was highly respected. And I don't think there's anybody from any nation that had anything bad to say about Garfield Sobers. And that speaks to him, to his quality and his legacy. And one last thing, we have to also remember the time that he came up in.
Yeah.
Black people weren't supposed to be revered. Black people weren't supposed to be celebrated by non-blacks. And this man went through, even though he wasn't the first, but this man went through some borders and still being regarded as the greatest all-rounder ever is a different thing.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Well said. Big up BM. BM says, rest in peace or rest in power, Sir Sobers. Brian Lara broke his record in the mid 1990s.
I,
Um,
I I remember that innings. I
yeah,
remember that innings. I watched that innings, every ball of that innings that
yeah.
Lara put the record. I watched every delivery that Lara faced. I remember that like yesterday.
And that innings in particular is the 365 that
Yeah,
Sir Garfield Sobers made not out. So the first time he converted one of those scores to a century. It took him 16 test matches to actually make a century. He had starts, got starts, and couldn't. And for the non-cricket fans, when you get a start, you usually get into the 30s, you get into the 40s, you get into the 50s, and then you throw it away. Somehow you don't convert to a century. But Sir Garfield Sobers got many starts prior to that, and he did not convert them to centuries. And in the first time that he did, it was a 16 test match for him. He went on to make a triple century, 365, the first man to do it at the time to make his first century, a triple century. There are others who have done it since, but Junior, imagine to make 365 runs not out. I
is that
can't even make. I can't.
is a lot? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
it's a lot of concentration.
Wow, 365. He ended up playing 93 test matches. Made 26 centuries, 30 fifties. He averaged 57.78 runs. Uh, yo, 57. And to put it in context right now, the current West Indian group of players, cricketers, no one is averaging over 30 or 40 runs. I mean, even the great Chris Gayle, I think Chris Gayle averaged like 30 something in test match when it's all said and done. And this is how excellent Sir Garfield Sobers was. And so, like you said, the tributes poured in from all parts of the cricketing world and non-cricketing world, because prime minister, heads of states also poured in tributes for the one Mr. Sir Garfield Sobers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about it's the closest. It's the closest we can say we've had to a a cricket god. It's the closest. I can't think of, from my perspective, I can't think of anybody else that Sir Garfield so was the first name that is called.
yeah, and big up, and I want to highlight the story, which I thought not only was he a cricketer, but he was quite funny, right?
Yeah.
There's this check out CaribbeanCricket.com, and of course, CricketWestIndies.com for other coverage of Sir Garfield Sobers. CaribbeanCricket.com is local blog, a blog of by Caribbean cricket fans, and there's an article here by Shamaru, who describe his interaction with Sir Garfield Sobers. He grew up in Guyana, Mr. Shamaru, that is, and he was fortunate enough to rose through the ranks, become one of the members of government, or somebody high in society, so to speak. He went to school, earned a living, blah blah blah. He was at an event years later, conducting an event in mass of ceremony, and Sir Garfield Sobers was there at the event. He gave a speech, and so Shamaru ended up, recounting a story that Sir Garfield Sobers mentioned and gave to the crowd. And the story said pretty much that West Indies was playing India, in India, and this Indian bowler, Shazikar, I think was his name, Shanjaskar, was just running through the West Indies batting lineup. I mean, he was just mesmerizing. And so West Indies, Sir Garfield is holding down one end, and then the final batsman showed up, and he Sir Garfield said that the final batsman came over to him and said, "So, Sir Garfield, what am I supposed to do here? How am I gonna keep Shanzakar at bay?" And Sir Garfield Sobers replied to him, "Rohan Kanai couldn't play him out." And Rohan Kanai is a legendary West Indian batsman who also played in the same team. Sir Garfield Sobers replied to Charlie Griffith at the time, who was the 11, number 11 batsman, and said to Charlie Griffith, "Rohan Kanai couldn't keep him out. Butcher couldn't keep him out, and you are gonna keep him out. Man, just do what you're doing and let's go home." and and that was that, for a cricketing fan, that just hilarious, because when you go to the middle, the first thing when you go into bat, the person who's already there batting, you go over to them and hoping that they can give you some pointers to navigate the crease, how it's playing. But Sir Garfield so much separation. None of the other batsmen couldn't keep him out, and you. Legendary Sir Garfield Sobers, man. Big up yourself. 89 years old, family. Give thanks. Give thanks to Sir Garfield Sobers leaving an indelible mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Um, PJ Patterson, right, former Prime Minister, Right Honorable PJ Patterson, of course, head of state in Barbados, Right Honorable Mia Motley, and others poured in. Ralph Gonzalez, all across the political spectrum. In the British space, also leaders in Britain also sending their condolences to the family of Sir Garfield Sobers. Yeah, man, 89 years old. Good knock, Sir Garfield. You know, um, BM says I watched Brian Lara growing up. um, and Brian actually had a tribute about Sir Garfield, and he was quite emotional in his tribute when he
Because
spoke.
he's like a father to him.
Yeah, he did say that he was like a father to him. You know,